Good morning, children. Stay safely at home. So, first chapter, the next topic is center of gravity. So, today I will discuss details of center of gravity. Now, what is center of gravity? If you want to know, then you should know this fact that whenever we consider any law in physics, then all the laws, they are applicable for point object, point mass. Point object or point mass means what? The object or the body which is having no dimension and which can be represented by a point. Alright, laws are applicable. So then the question will arise, if we consider our practical life, day-to-day life, hardly we get any point mass. All the masses are extended object. So if you consider an extended object, then you see, you may consider it as a collection of several point masses like this. Okay, an extended object you may consider as if it is a collection of several point masses like this. Okay, now if you consider the point masses within an extended object, then you see every point mass is attracted towards the center of earth by earth. By applying one force, earth is attracting each and every point mass present in the extended object towards its center, and that force is known as the gravitational force, and we term it as weight of the body. Alright, that we already studied in junior classes, that weight of the body is given by mass into g. 9th standard only we studied. So you see, if you consider an extended object, suppose this is the first particle, the weight is acting in the downward direction. This W2 acting downward direction, W3, it is not possible for me to write every weight. So let us consider this is the last particle, nth particle. There are n number of particles, and the weight of the nth particle, the last particle acting downward in this direction. Okay. So if you take the resultant of all these weights, resultant of all the gravitational forces acting on every point mass present within the body, then you will get a single force. Isn't it? When we find out the net or resultant of several forces, then we get a single force. So if we consider that the resultant of all these forces be W, then that W will act at one point. Okay, you see, always in a vector, the length represents the vector. So that's why I have drawn it by a bigger line. Okay, this is the entire weight of the body. So the entire weight of the body will act at a point. Okay, we assume it. That point is known as center of gravity. Alright, so what is the center of gravity of a body? Center of gravity of a body is the point where the entire weight of the body assumed to act. Okay, that is known as the center of gravity of a body. Exactly like that, one can define center of mass also. That center of mass is, if we assume that entire mass of an extended body is concentrated at a point, then that point is assumed to be the center of mass of the body. Alright, so you have to know what is the definition of center of gravity. So you see how you can define center of gravity, the point at which the weight of a body acts. Alright, within bracket you should write considered or assumed. Alright, you just see that applying the concept of physics, we are considering this fact. Clear? So that's why you must write within bracket that considered or assumed. You may not have to write both, but you should write at least one, considered or assumed. So what is the definition of center of gravity? Important for your exam. You must learn it. that point at which the weight of a body assumed to act, or the point at which the weight of a body, within bracket write down assumed, acts, is known as center of gravity. Alright, now as we are assuming that weight of the entire body acts at center of gravity, that's why if you find out the resultant moment of weights of all the particles constituting the body about the center of gravity, it will always be 0. Because you see, the weight itself is acting at the center of gravity. So what is its distance from the center of gravity? 0. So if you consider the entire weight, what is the moment of the entire weight? What is the moment of the entire weight at the center of gravity? It will be W into the moment arm. But as I already, here again I am showing you the diagram. You see, this is the center of gravity and here is the weight. So what is its distance from the center of gravity? Means if you want to find out the moment of a force is what? The magnitude of the force multiplied by momentum. Momentum is its distance from the center or from the point of rotation. So here, center of gravity is the point of rotation. Is that clear? When you are considering the moment of the entire weight. So what is its distance from the center of gravity? 0. So it will be W into 0, that is 0. Alright. So resultant moment of all the weight of all the particle about the center of weight, it is applicable for center of mass also. So center of weight is always 0. This is one property or characteristics of the center of gravity. Another important point regarding center of gravity is that center of gravity may or may not lie within the material of the body. Alright, just you consider a ring. If you consider a ring, is there any material at the center? No. But where the center of gravity of a ring lies? At the center of the ring. Alright, so that's why the center of gravity may or may not lie within the material of the body. So these are the 3 points. These are the characteristics of the center of gravity. So what is the first characteristics? Already I said that algebraic sum or resultant moment. You may use any one, algebraic sum or resultant moment of all the weights of the particles constituting the body about the center of gravity is always 0. Alright. Then next one, where the weight of a body acts, weight of a body always acts at its center of gravity. Another one, center of gravity may or may not lie within the material of the body. Then the question arises that on which factor the position of center of gravity depends. Now the next point regarding center of gravity is that the factors on which the position of a center of gravity depends. Now the first factor is, it is the shape of the body. Alright, if you change the shape of a body, then the position of center of gravity will change. When I will discuss about the center of gravity of different shaped body, then you will understand it. Okay, just if you change the shape of the body, then you will observe that the position of the center of gravity changes. Then secondly, it depends on distribution of mass within the body. Alright, just I hope you can remember the toy generally you use, that is hit me toy. You can remember that there is any kind of shape like this and this portion is heavy. This portion is made heavy. So that when you are hitting at the nose of the toy, you will see the toy will fall, but again it will lift up and again it will sit at its own position. Okay, so here we are applying the concept of center of gravity. Okay, position of the center of gravity. if the mass is distributed, suppose you consider this toy, now everywhere uniform mass is there. Alright, then what will happen? Center of gravity will lie almost over here. But in this case, what you have done? That lower portion is made very heavy comparison to the upper portion. Then what will happen? Center of gravity will lie within that material. Is that clear? So this is the, or just you consider this one. You have taken a rectangular shaped object. Alright. Now here the mass distribution of mass is uniform. Then what you will observe? That where the center of gravity lie at the intersecting point of the two diagonals. But suppose someone has taken a rectangle whose lower portion is heavy. Lower portion is made heavy. Unlike this one. In this case, what I said, mass is distributed uniformly over the entire. So where is the center of gravity? Here. But when you have taken this kind of structure, that lower portion is made heavy, then you will observe that center of gravity no longer will lie at the intersecting point of the diagonal, but the center of gravity will come down. Center of gravity will come down. So center of gravity, position of center of gravity, it depends on the distribution of mass within the body. Okay, this is a very important point for your exam, that factors on which center of gravity of a body depends. There are two factors. Center of gravity depends on the shape of the body, and second factor, center of gravity depends on distribution of mass within the body. Alright, then the next point is the center of gravity of regular shaped object. So next is, as I said, the center of gravity of regular shaped object. So first we are taking all the object having a circular shape. So suppose you have taken one ring. Okay, by free hand I am drawing, so it may not be proper circle. So while drawing this diagram, you can take the help of the cap of your water bottle, because you always carry water bottle with you, or you may keep one coin, circular shaped coin, then you can draw the diagram easily, or you are having the pencil compass always with you, so you can use that one. Okay, so suppose it is a ring. Then next you have consider a disc. It is a disc. Then you have consider a sphere. Alright, you have considered a sphere. Then you see, for all these kind of shape, means having the circular shape, what is the difference between ring, disc and sphere? Ring is one dimensional, disc is two dimensional, whereas sphere is three dimensional object. Alright. So in case of, for all these kind of object, where the center of gravity lies, center of gravity lie at its geometric center. Where it lies? At its geometric center. You must remember this. Geometric center, all of you know. In maths you study. So this kind of object, it is a ring, it is a disc, it is a sphere. One dimensional object, no material is there within this. For disc, materials are there, and for sphere it is three dimensional. Okay, so for all of them, where the center of gravity lies, I have written CG. This is the geometric center. Clear? Now if you consider ring, then I wrote one property of the center of gravity, that center of gravity may or may not lie within the material of the body. So if you consider a ring, where the material is here. This is totally vacuum. Not vacuum, sorry, air is there. Is that clear? So you see, no material is there. Clear? If you take a silver ring, then this line is made of silver. And what is present here? Air. Now you see, where is the center of gravity? At the center, geometric center. Is there any silver there? No, air is there. So that's why center of gravity may not lie within the material of the body. So if the question comes that give an example, alright, or justify your answer, then which example you must give? That ring. In case of ring, at the center of gravity, at the position of the center of gravity, no material is present. Consider the disk. Here the material is there, and for sphere also the material is there. The sphere, if it is hollow sphere, then within this material is not there, but till center of gravity will lie at the geometric center. Here another point you have to remember, that we are assuming the masses are distributed uniformly through the entire body. This is the assumption we are making when we are saying that center of gravity is at the geometric center. What is the assumption we are making? We are making masses are distributed uniformly through the entire body. It is not the case that mass is concentrated at one point, one region, and the other region having less density mass. No. We are considering that mass distributed uniformly through the entire body. Then the next shape is coming if it is a triangular lamina. Lamina term we use when it is a two-dimensional object. Okay. So if it is a triangular lamina. Now you know you may have three kind of triangle. First is isosceles triangle, then equilateral triangle. Okay, all the three sides are equal, or you are having a scalene triangle. In most of the cases, the scalene triangle comes. Okay. If the question setter wants to make a difficult one, then the position of a scalene triangle you have to show. So if you have the concept, then any kind of triangle given to you, you can find out. So for any triangular lamina, center of gravity lies at the centroid. Where the center of gravity lies? Center of gravity lies at the centroid of the triangle. So this is not a mid class that I can catch, or this is not a this one offline class also. So I hope everybody knows. So I have to only give you the answer that what is centroid of a triangle. Centroid means the point of intersection of the medians of a triangle. So next question will arise, what do you mean by the term median of a triangle? What is median? Median is the line joining the midpoint of one side to the opposite vertex. Alright. So if you consider this one, suppose I have taken this side. So first of all, what you have to do? You just locate the midpoint of the side. Then join the midpoint to the opposite vertex. So this is the median. Is that clear? So if I consider this one, this side, first of all I have to locate the midpoint, and then you join the opposite vertex with the midpoint. So these are the two medians. So the two medians are intersecting at this point. So that is the center of gravity, if I name it as O, this point. Is that clear? So in the same manner you can draw for all the triangles. For equilateral triangle also what to do? You just take the midpoint of the two opposite sides and then you join it with the vertex. So this is the problem. Please, when you will draw, do not draw by like me by free hand. Use a scale. Okay. So this is the median, and for equilateral triangle, it is easy to draw because this will also be the midpoint. If you join, then this point is O and it is the center of gravity. Now, for this one, you have to take care. First of all, you just locate the midpoint of all the sides. Locate the midpoint of all the sides. Okay, so you see how I am drawing. Locate the midpoint of all the sides. Then, you join the midpoint with the opposite vertex. Join the midpoint with the opposite vertex. Then you see the three medians, they are passing through one point that is the center of gravity. Is that clear? So, what is the center of gravity of a triangular lamina? Triangular lamina may be isosceles triangle, may be equilateral triangle, may be a scalene triangle. Always center of gravity lie at its centroid. But once again I am reminding you, here we are making one assumption. What is the assumption? That mass is distributed uniformly through the entire body. Not that one portion is heavy, another portion is light. Okay, so this is the way you can locate the centroid of a triangle. Next is coming the quadrilateral. So quadrilateral may be a square, quadrilateral may be a rectangle, it may be a parallelogram, or it may be a rhombus, or it may be a kite. Alright, in all the quadrilateral, where the center of gravity lie, if you join the diagonal, you know there are two diagonals of every quadrilateral. So if you join the diagonals of a quadrilateral, remember it is a regular shape, not any shape of quadrilateral we have taken. Then where the center of gravity lie? At the point of intersection of its diagonal. Where the center of gravity lie? Center of gravity lie at the point of intersection of its diagonals. This is one way to find. Another way to find the position of center of gravity is this. If you join the opposite midpoints of opposite sides, if you join midpoints of opposite side by two lines, then the intersecting point is also the center of gravity. I am not joining for all, the same method you can use for all. So, these are the two ways to find out the center of gravity of a quadrilateral. Is that clear? So, if you find to write this as difficult, then remember the fact, but you can do it easily. That point of intersection of two diagonals of a quadrilateral will give you, a regular shaped quadrilateral will give you the position of center of gravity. Is that clear? Then next one is coming, if there is a cylindrical shaped body. Means suppose there is a rod, thin rod. You are keeping it like this. Then where is the center of gravity? At the midpoint of the body. Then like that, if you consider a cylinder, you have kept it horizontally. Then if you join the center of, the circular ends by a line, then at the midpoint of the line, center of gravity lies. Alright, so you must practice the diagram to locate the center of gravity of all regular shaped objects. Now the last example of a regular shaped object are cone. Now there may be a two types of cone, hollow cone and solid cone. Very simple to understand. Suppose you have taken one ice cream cone without ice cream when the cone you are considering, then that is a hollow cone, and with ice cream you are considering the cone, then it is solid cone. But remember that never do this, that it is filled up of ice cream and you have inverted it. Okay, if the ice cream is not melted, just you have taken out from the fridge, then you can invert it, otherwise don't do so. This is the solid cone and this is the hollow cone. In both the cases where the center of gravity lie, very important to understand. So here you see, if you join the vertex of the cone with the center of the circular base, then this is known as the vertical height. What is the vertical height? You see here, the distance between the vertex and the center of the circular base. That is known as vertical height h. So from the center of the circular base, a point if you take at a distance of h by 3, then that is the position of center of gravity for hollow cone. And for solid cone, it is at a height of h by 4 on the vertical height from the center of the circular base. So, if you try to write in English, unfortunately, then you do mistake. Although you are studying in an English medium school right from the beginning, but you do mistake while writing in sentence. That's why I always suggest, if the question comes that what is the position of center of gravity of a solid cone or a hollow cone, better you draw the diagram, and in the diagram the details I showed, you must show it. It is easy, isn't it? This height is h, and where is the center of gravity? At a height of h by 4 from the center of the circular base. So if you want to write in statement, how to write? Center of gravity lies at a point on the vertical height at a distance of h by 4 from the center of the circular base for solid cone. Then if you want to write in sentence for hollow cone, then where it lies? Center of gravity lies at a point on the vertical height at a distance of h by 3 from the center of the circular base for a hollow cone. Okay, so these are the center of gravities for regular shaped object. Now you have to know center of gravity of an irregular shaped object. How you can find out the center of gravity of an irregular shaped object? So for that, suppose you have taken one irregular shaped object, and here although I said it is an irregular shaped object, but I am giving this shape of a kidney beans, almost kidney beans, so that we can locate it properly. But any shape you can give as you like. So the first step is that you mark 2 point on the body, on the irregular shaped body. So I am verbally saying the steps you write down giving the asterisk. So what is the first point I said? First step to perform the experiment, mark 2 points on the body of the irregular shaped object. That is the first point. Second step, tie the body at the one marked point and suspend it vertically. Suspend it vertically. Alright. Then the body will be suspended like this. Then at the point A, you hold a plumb line. Plumb line is look like this. It is a heavy cone. This is circular, this is a solid cone, and it is made very heavy. Alright. It is made very heavy. And then from the center it is suspended. This is known as plumb line. So this plumb line always set itself along the vertical line. So what you have to do? You hold the plumb line from the point A, and then along the plumb line you draw one dotted line over the body. Means what you have done? Simply you hold the plumb line at the point A and draw the dotted line on the body along the plumb line. Alright. So what is the second step? You have to write that suspend the body from one point marked on the body. Third step, a plumb line is held at that point vertically, and the line is drawn, dotted line is drawn on the body along the plumb line. Okay, that is the third point. Then next step is now suspend the body from the second point. Okay, what is the first step? Suspend the body from the second point by means of a string. And again hold the plumb line at the point B, and along the plumb line you draw a dotted line. Alright. So you see, you are getting now two dotted line. The two dotted line is meeting at a point, name it as O, and O is the center of gravity of the body. Alright. Why we are considering this? Because center of gravity always, when you are suspend one object, then center of gravity always lie at the point on the vertical line drawn from the suspended point. So this is the vertical line from this suspended point. Center of gravity lie on this line also. Center of gravity lie on this line also. So where the center of gravity lying then? At the point of intersection of the two line drawn. So this is the way one can find out the position of center of gravity of an irregular shaped object. Another concept regarding the center of gravity is that if you hold the body at the center of gravity, then you can balance the body at the center of gravity. Center of gravity is the balancing point of a body. Alright, just you consider, suppose you have taken a uniform meter rule. Alright, uniform meter rule I said. So where the center of gravity lie? At 50 centimeter. So you see, if you suspend the body, suspend the meter scale through a string, then you will see you have done this experiment. No, you have not done. You are in 10th standard and last year you did not do any experiment only. So if you suspend it, if you hold it at 50 centimeter, which is the center of gravity, you will see it will be in equilibrium. You can balance the scale. Alright, so center of gravity you may consider as the balancing point of any object also. So that's all the information related with center of gravity. Thank you children.